Hey, I'm Greg and welcome to my video. Today I would like to talk about addiction. But this alcohol's a real bitch. I really, I hate it because I don't understand. I just don't understand. So I just want to step back a little bit to my burnout, which I had just over a year ago. Burnout's such a funny thing. It's a word that is just so easily used today. And I don't think a lot of thought actually goes into, the factors that, are there that indicate a burnout. We're all very busy people and we all suffer from stress, and at some point we do have some type of burnout, and it isn't something that we should ignore. And I'd highly recommend, if anyone has a feeling that that they are burning out, that they do seek professional help as soon as possible, because I guess it's this kind of modern fact of life that we do all suffer from stress. And I think that, for me, I've always been a very high performer, set very high expectations of myself, and the kind of stress that comes along with that has been like an adrenaline. It's what's really driven me and kept me going, and I think this has probably been taking its toll for many years now of my life, but I haven't recognized it, and it's serious. It can really damage our relationships, our work, and all our health, and particularly if it gets into a severe state. And I'm becoming to realize that I think when I first burnt out, it was kind of, at first I didn't believe it because I was really unaware of it. I guess I was one of these people that hear burnout being used so often that the true meaning of it is kind of being dissolved nowadays, or diluted at least. And if I look at the last 5 years of my life, my immune system has been pretty messed up. I was always suffering from, stomach pain and headaches and getting colds and things like this. And I was noticing that mentally that things, were changing for me as well. I've always been such a decisive person, and it was becoming increasingly difficult to be able to make decisions. Which in my job in particular is kind of key. And with this, I was losing my self-confidence, and my self-esteem was low, and I found that I was withdrawing from things that I used to be really, really passionate about. And I guess that's the kind of depression and the anxiety which I've talked about before, and I was having panic attacks. And just this general feeling of dissatisfaction. I wasn't finding any accomplishment in what I was doing, and just a general loss and all of these things. But I think, the biggest thing was this consistently feeling of just exhaustion, just both mental and physical. And for me, I've had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol for as long as I can remember. And I kind of realized that, I'd fallen into what I consider to be this kind of 6-week cycle, where for 6 weeks I would just go for it at 100%, 150%, 200%, unrealistic expectations, and driving myself, crazy. And I would use alcohol almost as a sedative, as something that would just relax me and let me be the person who I was, and to unwind. It was what helped me sleep at nighttime. It was what you know, if I didn't drink at nighttime, the anxiety and all the thoughts and craziness of the day was so predominant on my mind that, you know, I couldn't sleep. And then when I did eventually fall asleep, um, I would never have a good enough sleep, because I would then have these really insane and heavy dreams. And also, there just wasn't enough time. You know, the actual time that I got to sleep was only a few hours. And so drinking was a really good way just to kind of bomb yourself out. You know, this kind of self-medicating. And but the thing is, I never saw this as being a problem. I never looked at myself and thought, oh gosh, you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. There are occasions, of course, when I did. There's several things that have happened in my life that I'm struggling to deal with, and a lot of them come down to my state of being at the time, and being drunk. And you know, that's just not an easy thing to admit to. You know, I guess with all these videos, I'm kind of putting myself out there on the line to challenge myself, and to, you know, really stop disassociating from my, you know, my life, and to see myself, as I've said previously, see and hear myself say these things. And you know, but this alcohol's a real bitch. I really I hate it, because I don't understand. I just don't understand. And as I was saying earlier on, you know, I'd fallen into this cycle over the years that every 6 weeks I would work so hard, and then I'd have this big one release, and it was messy. You know, it's messy. I don't remember what happens on these occasions. You know, I just drink and drink and drink, to the point of I don't know where I've been for the last 8 hours. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was drinking. I don't know who I was with. You know, it's like this reckless, destructive behavior. And I know exactly what it can do. Like I said, you know, I've had incidents happen before because of being drunk. You know, really serious things, dangerous things, you know, near-death experience stuff. And I just say, how do I keep ending back here? You know, I know that I have to make this decision now, and this decision is that I can't drink at all. I have to go sober. And there's no kidding myself anymore. There's no, oh, you'll be right with 1 or 2 or whatever else, because whatever it does, chemically or otherwise, to me, it's not good. It's really, really not good. I'm not beating myself up about this. I'm just a little bit frustrated by it. Yeah, I know it's not gonna do me any good to sit here and think you're no good, and things are never going to get better, and whatever else. You know, I have to be persistent. I have to have this optimistic twist to it all, which is very hard, because my head is telling me something very, very different. Video. This is not about self-pity. It's about realizing that something has to change, and I'm the only person that can make it change, with support, of course. And you know, I'm really pleading, if anyone sees this video, please just share your experience, or write your comment, you know, good or bad, whatever. Just give me something to think about. And and help me out a bit here. Be really appreciated, actually. Beware of addiction and self-medication. I think, you know, burnout can really be this kind of underlining cause for these type of things to really manifest in their worst. Anyway, thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next video.